questions like these are really testing you on something called a co-function identity. So let's go ahead and get the screen a little bit larger here, and we'll take a look at everything that we currently know. So let's start with the fact that we know that the length of AB is equal to the length of BC. So we'll go ahead and put a tick mark in each of those to indicate that they're congruent. That means we have an isosceles triangle on our hands here. And that also means that the base angles are going to be congruent based on base angles theorem. So I'm going to go ahead and label this as 34 degrees as well. Now they're saying they want us to find the value of sine from angle CBD, and what's important there is always the second letter because that's going to be the vertex. So angle CBD is referring to this angle here. I'm going to put angle 1, and then we're going to subtract the measure of angle BAC, specifically cosine from that angle. So we're going to go to BAC, which we already know is 34 degrees, but I'm going to put angle 2 there just to make it really clear. And the important thing to know is if we go to page 34, specifically side 4 of the math reference document, notice according to triangle sum theorem, we all know that the sum of the three interior angles of a triangle is 180. However, a really important corollary to that, a little baby step from that, is if you have a right triangle, so one of the angles is already 90, the other two add up to 90. In other words, those two we say are complementary. So what we can know for certain is if this is 34 degrees right there, we could do 90 minus 34 and we get 56 degrees. And then we know that this one's also going to be 56 degrees based on the fact that these were both 34. These are both 90 because they form a linear pair, so the other two are both 56. Now, we're going to do sine and cosine, so let's go ahead and write SOHCAHTOA, which has to do with the relationship of the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides. So sine is defined as opposite over hypotenuse. So from angle CBD, so from this 56 degrees, we're going to do opposite, and I'm just going to label it X, and hypotenuse, Y. So let's say that's X over Y. Perfect. Minus, now we're going to do cosine, so adjacent over hypotenuse from this angle right here. So BAC, whether they call it BAC or BAD doesn't matter. It's still this angle. So I'm going to do cosine from there. So same idea, adjacent over hypotenuse. And notice it's the same thing. So we get the exact same values. And the reason for that is the sine from one angle is the same as the cosine from its complement. That is a co-function identity, resulting in the answer being 0.